Hi, I'm Josue, and today I'm going to talk about the lecture on daily life in ancient Egypt, which explains that Egyptian society was very organized but also very unequal. The lecture's main idea is that even though Egypt was a rich civilization, most people lived simple and difficult lives. First, Um, the lecture describes the social system. There were different classes with the royal family, princes, and nobles at the top. Then there was a middle class of the scribes, merchants, and artisans. However, the largest group was made up of farmers who worked the land near the Nile River. So this showed that most people were part of the lower class. Second, the lecture explains how people live every day. Most Egyptians had very simple homes made of mud brick and own only basic things. They were long hours, usually in agriculture, and had very little time to rest. On the other hand, the elite live very comfortable lives with better food and more resources, even though they were a very small percentage of the population. There, the lecture talks about health and life expectancy. Life was hard, and many people died young because of disease, poor water, and difficult working conditions. Even though Egyptians had some medical knowledge, it was limited and often include magical practices. So one idea that really got me my attention is how difficult daily life was for most people. It is interesting to see that behind the famous pyramids and treasures, there were millions of people living in very basic conditions. I agree with the idea that we often focus too much on the rich and powerful when studying history. Big monuments like pyramids show the success of the elite, but they don't represent the experience of the majority. This can also be seen today where social media and news often highlight wealthy lifestyle instead of everyday realities. If I could visit another wonder of the world, I would choose the Great Wall of China. I would like to experience its size and understand how people were able to build something so large without modern technology. It's so amazing. So it will also help to better understand the foreign organization of Asian civilizations. Overall, the lecture gives a clearer picture of real life in ancient Egypt and shows that history is not only about power and hell, but also about the everyday struggles of ordinary people. So that's all. Thank you so much.